and welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 232. So thank you all for stopping by. If you are a weekly return viewer, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out what I'm making during the week and what you all are making during the week. And if you're a new viewer, and we do have quite a few new viewers this past week, thank you so much for checking out the channel. If you haven't already, please click that little red subscribe button down below. And if you click the bell-shaped icon next to it, it will let you know anytime I post a video, which is always on Saturdays and Wednesdays, and whenever else I see a good sale that I want to share with everybody. So let's get started with what am I wearing? This is a knitted top, but it does have crochet on the edging here and the edging here. And this is called the Chamisal tee. It's available through Annie's Craft Store, and the designer is Lena Sfagerson. And those of you who have been watching me for a while are probably cracking up laughing because it's taken me making this sweater twice to be able to say the designer's name without stumbling. So anyway, Lena Sfagerson. So anyway, this is called the Chamisal tee. And like I said, it's available through Annie's Craft Store. I have made two of these. This one is all cotton. The other one has some, I think it has a little bit of wool in it, but it also has little sparklies in it. I put it on to wear the other day and it was just a little scratchy, so I decided not to wear it. So I put this one on instead. So I have a finished object. So let's get started. I finished my crocheted sweater. So here it is. Dave's over laughing. If you hear him, he's in like the room next door, and he just told me I'm holding this up going, my crocheted sweater, and he said just in time for warm weather. But it is short sleeved. So this is the Calaheo pattern from Expression Fiber Arts. It is a paid for pattern. When I got it, it was a free pattern. To be honest, it's super, super simple. You start at the top, you work down to the sleeves, you separate it, and then you just keep going around and around. And it's an extended half double crochet. Now I did do it, and the pattern calls for this little picot edging right here. So I have it along the collar and along the sleeves. And then I put it along the bottom too, because I was having fun and I had extra yarn. So here it is. Well, I'm holding it inside out. There it is. So you can see the little picot. So I am going to insert some shots of me modeling it. It does fit. It's a little loose up top here, but I don't really care. I can use a little looseness up top there. So there it is. And I can actually show you where I worked from since last week. There is my stitch marker. And that's just the bottom, because then I did a couple extra rounds. I think I did two extra rounds on the sleeves, and then I did a single crochet round, and then I did a picot edging on top of that. So I added roughly about 2 inches this way to the sleeves. I wish I would have done that with this. I could have used a little bit longer sleeves, hiding the bat wings, you know. But anyway, here it is. So there is my finished crochet tee. So here is my sweater. So there you can see the bottom of it. If I can back up a little bit further. There you can see it. And how it looks, I'm really happy with it. I'll do a little twirl here. Not very gracefully, but here we go. So I am happy with it, and it also seems to be dense enough that I don't think it's very see-throughable, which is what I was really concerned about, but I think we're going to be okay. So that's also good news. Now my next work in progress is my mitered square blanket. I did not get as far this week. I only have done, I'm on the 6th square. So here is the first one. And the second one. I'm using a lot of the colors over and over again at this point. because I'm running out of big enough scraps to do it. So I'm really using up a lot of scrap yarn with this. I am trying to space them out so that the same yarn doesn't show up like over and over and over again. But yeah, this is actually going to be my last row on this. It will be 12 squares across, and it will be 14 squares tall. So that I'm going to stop at that point because of the fact that I'm running out of scrappy yarn. But there's this one, and this one, and this one, which is actually a brown and black. It just shows up kind of as black in the picture. And then this is the one I'm currently working on, and here is the yarn for it. And I got this yarn at the Knitting Cottage up in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. I don't remember who it was by or the color name or anything else. There we go. But I did use this in my Find Your Fade. I also used this color in the Find Your Fade, and you can see these two together. So yeah. So that is my mitered square blanket. And like I said, I only did 6 squares, so I have the other half of the row to do. And I hope to finish that this next week, and then I'm going to start the bind off. I am going to do an I-cord bind off with this like I did my other mitered square blanket. And so when I get to that point, I will do a tutorial on how to do a mitered, or how to do a I-cord bind off. So then I took some small knitting with me because Dave had a medical procedure, nothing serious, just a routine procedure that has to be done every 10 years. And you know what I'm talking about. Think rotor and you got it. But anyway, he's over there laughing right now. But anyway, I took this to do in the car, and it turns out they were so fast I didn't get very far. But this is a hat. This is with some of the yarn that I got. There we go. This is a hat with some of the yarn that I got as extra from Annie's. So I'm actually doing, it's just a 1x1 rib. It's a 1x1 rib at the brim. And then when it gets to here, I'm doing a four stitch and then 1 purl, 4 stockinette stitch and then 1 purl stitch. So it'll have kind of like lines going up through it. And then I'm going to put I'm going to make little squares in it, sort of. I don't know. I'm creating as I go. So this is hat number 1 for charity knitting. And I have a meeting this next week that could go on for 3 or 4 hours. So I might have several hats for next week. We'll see. Then my last project is my colorwork sweater. And this is kind of a funny story. It's called Katrina Needs to Remember to Read the Instructions. I did the entire sleeve. Okay, the sleeves, I showed the video on Wednesday. If you missed it, you can click the little link here. It'll take you to it. I attached my sleeves back on, and I started knitting away, read the pattern. I thought I read the pattern correctly. I got all the way to the bottom, like to the wrist, and thought, wow, it's like, the wrist was like kind of bell-shaped. It was really open. And I thought, that didn't decrease very much. And then I went and I looked at the pattern again to see where I'd messed up, and Katrina was doing the wrong size, and I forgot to turn the page and read the rest of the instructions. So I was doing only 1 decrease per decrease row, and it was supposed to be 2 decreases for every decrease row. And I was reading a size where you decreased every 3rd row, and then every 4th row, every 3rd row, every 4th row. I was supposed to be doing a decrease every 3rd row. Makes a big difference. Yeah, so not one of my more brilliant moments, but I do have the sleeve done now, and I left all my stitch markers in so you could see what it kind of looks like. It kind of looks like my sleeve fell into a tackle box. You know, the kids that have the piercings all over? So does my sleeve. So here it is. There is all of my stitch markers, because there's 22 decreases going up the sleeve. And I just put a stitch marker, removable stitch marker wherever I do a decrease. So if I get lost, I can find where I was at. So I will hold this up. You hear clunking? That's Cricut. I will give you a Cricut update shortly. So here is the sweater with a finished sleeve. And I just did a 2x2. I did a 2x2 ribbing on the sleeves at the cuffs. So yeah, so real happy with that. So now it's time to see what you all have been making. Now, Cricut update, because some of you last week when I filmed upstairs said they really missed seeing and hearing Cricut, because if you haven't been watching for a while, we have a little chihuahua named Cricut, and every time I get the camera out, she decides it's time to drink out of her water bowl if I'm filming down in the kitchen. And she is hobbling around. The banging you hear, she has a little cast on her foot because she tore some ligaments in her leg. So she's had this cast on for several weeks at this point. She seems to be doing fine. Her little foot is not swollen anymore, and she's getting around pretty good. She does go back to the vet tomorrow. So by the time you're watching this, she's already been to the vet, because I'm recording this Thursday night, and she's going to the vet tomorrow night, Friday night. So Dave goes, oh joy. Yes, the dog is just so thrilled. She gets in the car and she knows where she's going, and it's like, you know. Although she does get lots of love there. They're not hurting her or anything. She's not getting a shot or anything like that. But she gets very nervous and needs to sit on my shoulder the whole time because she's scared of the doctor. So anyway, with that, I do have some little footage because every so often she needs some mommy time where she needs to like curl up on my shoulder and she nuzzles up and just sleeps there for a while. So I will stick you in so you guys can get your Cricut fix. I will show you a little picture I took earlier this week. update with YouTube. Just some weird things have been happening. I always reply to all of the comments you guys write. Unless it's like a sale and you guys say something, I usually just stick a heart next to it, so at least you know that I've seen it, because I do read all the comments and I usually respond to every one of them that I run across. But all of a sudden this week I ran across all these comments on YouTube that were popping up from a year ago saying I didn't respond to them. So if you were one of those people and somehow or other the comments never got sent to me or something, I'm not sure where these comments had popped up from like a year ago that I didn't see. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. And some of the comments, when I read them, I was like, I thought I answered that question, or that so I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but if for some reason I didn't respond to your comment, it wasn't that I wasn't meaning to. It's just for some reason, apparently some of the comments didn't come through YouTube at the time, and now they're popping up out of nowhere. I don't know. Anyway, as to our giveaway, I announced a giveaway last week for this yarn. This is Wool Ease hand dyed. It is a Lion brand yarn. It's 100 grams or 3.5 ounces, 146 yards. The color scheme is cotton candy, and it is a worsted weight. And here's the funny part, because all of us said gray with little spots of black. I don't know about you, but I'm not eating cotton candy that looks moldy. Although it was suggested that there is a cotton candy called Earl Grey, I guess after the tea. I don't think that's very appetizing. Gray, I would not eat gray cotton candy. That's, yeah. I have some cotton candy sort of growing in my refrigerator sometimes. Not intentionally, but it kind of resembles that. But yeah, anyway, on to the winner. I used random comment generator, and the winner is Lou Walmsley. So congratulations, Lou. And turns out she is a fellow Pennsylvanian, so that's exciting. I'm not real sure what town. I know what town she lives in because I could see it in one of the comments. I'm not sure where it's at, so I might have to look that up and see how far away she is. But anyway, congratulations, Lou. And if you would get in contact with me at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com and give me your address, then I will get this in the mail to you right away, and you can play with some moldy cotton candy. So yeah, anyway, I am doing a giveaway each time we hit another 100 subscribers, and we are well on our way to the next 100. We're almost halfway there, because when I checked right before filming, we are at 3,142. So once we hit 3,200, then we'll do the next giveaway. So I'm going to keep doing that up till we hit 4,000, just because it sounds like it would be fun. So anyway, congratulations to Lou, and get in contact with me so I can get your yarn out to you. Now it's time for Come and Get It. Now in our Come and Get It section, it's going to be kind of short because most of the sales, like through Annie's and through Lion Brand and Lovecrafts, are all like flash sales. So just be watching for the videos. I try to put them up when I find them. Sometimes the sales happen while I'm at work and I can't do it till I get home. So then it's like you only have a shorter time to get in on the sale. But my sales always show up as a bright yellow video with black writing. So if you see that, you know it's some kind of a sale on yarn or patterns, or both. There's been both this week. So let me tell you what I do know is on sale right now. Over at Knit Picks, they have their Felice yarn for 30% off. Now Felice yarn is sock yarn. It's generally, I think most of it's striped. I'm not sure if they even sell solids. I'm not sure. I have used Felice before. I think it was in a yarn advent calendar, like one of the first ones I ever got. So I do believe I've used it before. Now Leisure Arts has some neat patterns that I thought I would share with you, since there seem to be several of you who have been making socks based on our show and tell this week. So I thought I would show you a couple books of sock patterns that Leisure Arts is offering. One is called I Can't Believe I'm Crocheting Socks, There are 9 patterns in the book, and the downloadable version is $7.99. So I'll stick a picture in so you can see what it looks like. And then they also have, I can't believe I'm knitting socks, but it didn't look as interesting. I got instead knit socks for those you love. And the downloadable version for that is $9.99, and there are 11 patterns in that. So that just seemed like the better deal. So that is a knitted and a crocheted pattern book for socks. I have crocheted socks twice. I don't do them as well as I do knitted socks. We'll see, maybe I'll try it again. And then Lion Brand is still running their Santa sack for $14.99. It's normally like $64 something. It's a great big red sack. It says Santa sack on it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's Christmas colored yarn. It is, I believe, 14 different skeins randomly picked and thrown into the bag. So you don't know what, it's a grab bag basically of 14 skeins of yarn for $14.99. That's a pretty good deal. You're paying a little over $1 per skein, $1.10 per skein, something like that, close. So yeah, so you might get a good deal there. So that is over at Lion Brand. So that is it for this week. Now Wednesday's video is hopefully going to be Knit Crate. It is packaged, it's ready to be shipped out. So I'm not sure when they will ship it out, whether it'll be here or not. If it's here, it will be Wednesday's video. If it isn't, we'll see. I'll figure something out otherwise. So we will have a video of some kind for Wednesday, but we'll have to wait and see what it is. So that is it for this week. Thank you all for participating in the giveaway. Once again, congratulations to Lou. And stay tuned. We're going to have another one very shortly. It looks like if things keep going the way they are now. So thanks again for watching. Have a great week, and I will see you all later. Bye, everybody.